Winter is over. Now, many Sioux families leave their winter hunting grounds in the hills and go down to the plains to hunt the buffalo herds. Redhorn the hunter is father of this family. He rides first to protect them from enemies. Catana, his son, has seen 11 summers, but Catana is still too young to hunt. Yellow Flower is Catana's sister. She walks with the women. Their mother is Oesida. She leads a horse which drags their teepee poles loaded with family goods. And grandmother walks last, keeping up with the youngest. They have journeyed many days, and at last they come to the land where the buffalo herds graze. At the new camping place, the women and girls put up the teepees. The teepee must face the east, braced against the strong wind from the west. Yellow Flower walks round and round. She ties the poles tight with a long strip of buffalo hide. Then they put the buffalo skin cover around the frame and peg it down to the ground. Small sticks fasten the front. A hole at the top will let the smoke out from the fire inside. Soon the camp is set up. While the women put up the teepees, some of the men go out to hunt food. On hills near the new camp might be rabbit or deer. They will bring enough meat until the buffalo hunt. Each day, Catana must learn from his father the things a man must know. How the great spirit Wakantanka made all things, sky, earth, grass, and the buffalo. He hears stories of great hunters and warriors who were his ancestors. And he must know every skill of the hunter, how to track the running deer, when the prairie dogs come out of their holes, that hickory wood makes a strong bow, to use buffalo sinew for the bowstring, that flint makes good arrowheads to strike deep into the animal. Then he must learn to hit a target. In this way, Catana practices for the day when he will be a hunter like his father, Redhorn. There is time for games, too. But even in games, the boys learn a man's work. Sometimes they play at hunting buffalo. Now they pretend to kill with little sticks. But when they become men, they will kill with arrows and the lance. They may forget these happy hours. Some days they play with a rawhide ball. It is a contest. Each tries to be best. And the games teach them to be skillful and quick, as hunters must be. The work of the camp is women's work. The girls learn from the women. When Yellow Flower takes a husband, she too will make clothes from buffalo or deerskin, as her mother does. Dyed porcupine quills make the design. The thread is buffalo sinew. The awl is made of buffalo bone. Grandmother teaches a girl to fold stiff buffalo hide into boxes to carry dried meat. A box like this is called a parfleche. The women have painted bright designs on each parfleche. With kindness and love, the Sioux teach their children what they must learn. Today, the women are cooking rabbit meat. Yellow Flower's mother uses a buffalo stomach filled with water. She heats the stones very hot. She puts the stones in the water to cook the meat. But rabbit meat or deer meat is not enough. There will be more meat after the buffalo hunt. After sundown, the chief sends a scout to search out the herd. The scout may look for many days. While they wait for the scout to return, Redhorn remembers other hunts, and he paints their story on his teepee. He cut the brushes from a buffalo's shoulder blade. His paints are mixed with glue from the scrapings of a buffalo hide. These are the stories of his life. The journeys to different camping places, the thundering herds they have followed, the swift horses he has ridden. Soon, perhaps, there will be a new exploit to add to these stories. While the men wait in camp, the women prepare for the time when they will have fresh meat and hides. They go to find berries to mix with the meat once it is dried. This will make the food called pemmican. They cut pegs to stake the skins down for scraping and drying. They set up cottonwood racks to dry the meat on. When these things are done, the women are ready. On the morning of the second day, the scout returns. Standing soldier, the crier, walks through the camp, calling out the hunters. And on this morning, Catana the boy can ride his white horse to watch the hunt. He is old enough now to see how Redhorn strikes down his kill. Now they are close enough. Now they can hunt. Redhorn can give thanks. He has killed his buffalo. 2 other hunters have killed bulls, too. The cows grieve beside them. But the hunters have enough food now. There is buffalo for all in the camp. The herd has gone. It is safe for the women to skin the dead and cut up the meat. Back at the camp, Yellow Flower hangs the meat on the racks to dry in the sun and wind. Later, they will mix some of the dried meat with the berries to make pemmican. The hide is still soft and wet. It can be stretched out to dry. With pieces of buffalo horn, the women scrape off the shreds of meat. Later, they will tan the hide. Then they will be busy, using the tanned skin to repair the teepee to make new moccasins and leggings. The work is hard for the women and girls. It is long, but they are happy, for there is enough for all. This night, they feast in the teepee to celebrate the hunt. Catana's mother is proud of Redhorn. Redhorn tells stories of other hunts and dangers past. Soon, Catana dreams, I too will sit as a great hunter before the fire. This night there is peace and feasting in the camp, but the plains make no promises to the Indians. In days to come, the buffalo will move on to new pastures. The family will need meat and skins for the long winter. They will move on to the place where all the families of the tribe gather for the big summer hunt. Again, the women must break camp and pack. Everything the family owns goes with them. The teepee cover, the poles, clothes, dried meat for the journey packed in parfleshes. All their goods loaded on the travois poles to be dragged by the horse. The family waits for the signal to move. Then all move on. Mother leading the first travois. Catana the boy. Grandmother and Yellow Flower. This family and other families moving to follow the wandering herds, always following buffalo. For this was the way of the people who lived on the great western plains.